Hey guys, welcome back to the Inherited Manor Challenge. I have chapters down below so you can just skip to whatever part of the video you need, but this is a quick start guide essentially. I'm going to walk you through how to start your game, how to start the challenge, the base rules, all that jazz. The major theme of these challenges is house fire, like there's a big tragedy, everything burns down, you have to fix it up and save it. If that is going to be an issue for you, please don't play this challenge. Leave a comment if you want, like the video if you want, but just you can go watch something else. This is not the challenge for you, so I just want to put that out there first and foremost. But I made the first Inherited Manor challenge back in 2021. Not ideal. I made another one that same year that was base game only, and it was also not great. I generally don't recommend playing that base game version. Instead, I recommend playing this year's version, which is also base game only, but a far superior build with much better knowledge about how you guys actually play the challenge, what you like, what you don't like, all that jazz. Last year we did one that was very occult based, so that was really fun. If you're looking for something that will force you to play through all of the occults, I recommend that one. And the year before that was all about rescuing ghosts. Now there are two ways to actually start playing this challenge. The first way is through the save file. The second way is through the gallery download. The save file will have all of the burn damage, the gallery download will not. The burn damage does not stick in the gallery, so when you download something from the gallery, anything that was burned will just be replaced. And since most of the challenge is replacing the burned furniture, that kind of just completes the challenge immediately, which is no fun, right? But that's the main difference. Full rules will be available on my website as well as on Tumblr. A slightly abridged version of the rules due to character limit will be on Reddit, and we have a Discord server exclusively for the challenge. That is going to be the best place to ask questions about how to progress, and if you're interested in chatting with other people who are also playing the challenge, sharing tips and tricks, screenshots of your gameplay, and so on, that's going to be the best place to do that. You can of course ask me questions down below, but I really recommend reading through the full rules first. If you're able to play with the save file, here's how you'll download it. First, you're going to click the link down below in the video description or found in any of the rules all over the internet. When you click that link, it should look something like this. Mine might look a little bit different just because I'm logged into my own account, but you'll have the slot name up here, which is just this date written all American, and you're going to click the download button. Once you click the download button, you should just have a little pop-up window like this. Now, mine is already set up to put it in saves because, believe it or not, I practiced recording this video earlier, but I'm going to show you how to get there anyway. So let's pretend that it's trying to go to your downloads folder, right? So what you're going to do instead is click over to Documents, and then go to Electronic Arts, Sims 4, and Saves. Now we can see a couple of things down here. Currently it has little 1 in the parentheses. That just means that there is a save file with the same name in here, which again makes sense because the save file came from my computer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to change one of these numbers. Like I can just change this 5 at the end if it'll let me. To a 6. Changing the numbers will not change anything about the save file. It'll just keep it from overwriting. We don't want that to happen. And save. This is when you get to open your game. Once your game loads, do not click resume game. It's going to be tempting because there's a household right here. This household does not exist. Don't click it. Click load game. Now the top file should be IMC 2025, Inherited Manor Challenge 2025. When you place that save in your folder, it'll read it as the last modified, which means it's the most recent save. So it's right there at the top, and you're going to click play. Again, this is a base game only save file, so in a second here when it loads, I will have to pick a season. Let's go with summer. I miss warm weather. And we're going to go over to Willow Creek, and there's the house right there. Now we're going to talk about how to download it from the gallery. To play the gallery download, you can do a new game, or you can load an existing save if you already have a save file that you want to keep playing in. For example, I have this save called Random Builds Packs Irrelevant. And once again, we'll go to Willow Creek and click on this lot, Oakenstead. This is where it was built, so this is where we're going to put it. Could you technically put it somewhere else if you wanted to? Sure, but why? Once you're on the lot, if you go into it just from the world view map, you should have infinite money, which is exactly how much we need to place the lot. So go to the gallery, and we can search by item name, which will be Inherited Manor 2025. You'll notice nothing is showing up. That's because obviously I have to record this before the challenge launches, but it will be there, I promise. You can also search by my gallery ID, which is sahmandbean, all one word. Behold, stuff. Now this is what the listing on the gallery will look like. Once you find it, just go ahead and click place lot, click furnished, yes, wait for a minute, and there we go. This is what the lot should look like if placed from the gallery. Notice that the deck is empty, most of the rooms are empty. There are some piles of ash, but for the most part, everything is just sort of clean and pristine. We also have a pool house, hedge maze, vegetable garden, so many fun things happening in this year's challenge. And you do not want to know how long these stairs took me. Now we're going to talk about moving your sim in. Click on the house and click create new household to move in. I'm going to be using myself because it's easy, because I'm already there. Now in the save file, there is a ghost child haunting the lot. Since that is not the case with the gallery download, since hauntings don't translate, if you are playing with the gallery download, you will have to grab ghost child Ophelia. So you could of course look for her by name or by the gallery ID, and you will need to click place household and merge. It'll give you a little alert here about editing relationships. We are household members. Technically, well, we may or may not be related. I'll let you guys discover that as you read through the challenge. But if you're playing with the gallery download, you will need to grab the sim from the gallery. We are unable to move on to the lot currently because we don't have enough money. So what we're going to do is open up our cheat bar. Here are the commands for that, and type free real estate on. Free real estate is all one word, space on, hit enter. Now we can afford everything and we can move right on to that lot, leave it furnished, and click play. And this is how we should be looking if you're playing with the gallery download. For the rest of the video, I am going to be going over the gameplay using the save file, since that's how I anticipate most of you will be playing, but I wanted to complete the setup here first. Now we're going to switch save files. So here we are back in the save file. So I'm going to click the house, move my sim in. I'm just going to use myself again, but no ghost child this time. And once again, we have to give ourselves infinite money to move into the house. And we're back in the exact same spot, except this time you can see the house looks a little bit different. We do still have the burned furniture, we've got burn damage on the floors, and the gravestone does actually have a ghost in it. So if we click on it, we can click add ghost to household, which you can do now or later on. At some point you will have to, but Ophelia must remain a ghost until the challenge rules state otherwise, so keep that in mind. You could also call forth the ghost and do all sorts of other fun things here. Now, completely optional is to lock all of the doors before you get started. You can do that by clicking on the door, click lock 4, and click lock for everyone. Now, as far as I know, there is still a bug where you cannot actually keep the doors locked if you travel off the lot. Like when you come back to the lot, the doors aren't locked anymore. It's very annoying. So unless you have a mod to fix that or the bug is fixed by the time you're watching this video, it's kind of a waste of time. But the general idea is that your sim will stay in one area at a time, and that can help with that. This is a rags to riches challenge, which means you are going to start with no money. And in the save file, all you have to do is open up that cheat bar again and type money 0, hit enter, booyah. If you had just started a new save, you may need to turn testing cheats on first. So type in testing cheats on and hit enter. It'll give you this confirmation message that cheats are enabled, and then type money 0 and you have no money. I do also have hard mode setup rules, which include lot challenges. If you're not familiar, you can go into build mode, click this little house up here, and go into the traits panel and select lot challenges. Currently, there are a lot of lot challenges available in the game depending on what packs you have. If this challenge isn't hard enough, enable all of them. Go for it, and then you can remove one at random by using a random number picker or whatever every room or two. And again, that's all totally optional. So let's talk about how to actually do the fixing up, shall we? Every single room is going to have a monetary requirement, and the way that you check this is by, in build mode, selecting the room, clicking this icon right here, and clicking save room. You don't actually have to save the room. All you're looking for is this number down here. So the apartment in the end needs to be worth 40,000 simoleons, and the apartment is made up of 4 smaller rooms. We have the bedroom area, the living room area, the kitchen area, and the bathroom area. So once the sum of all 4 of these areas added together is at or above 40,000 simoleons, that room is counted as complete. It must also be completely clean, so no other burned furniture, no burned floors, no piles of ash, and so on. That must all be cleaned up. And some rooms also have required items, activities, and or skills to gain. Well, all of them have at least a combination of those things. So our apartment, for example, not only must it meet the 40,000 simoleon requirement, but it must include a fully functional kitchen, which includes a refrigerator, stove, oven, sink, and a space to cook. It must include a fully functional bathroom, which includes a sink, toilet, a place to bathe. It must include a bed, dresser, a dining table with 2 chairs, a couch or living chair, an easel, and a trash can. Now these are just the base requirements. You can of course go way beyond that if you want to decorate your heart out. The required activities for this room are to introduce yourself to Ophelia, so that is specifically for the save file players. Gallery players will of course already have Ophelia in their household, and determine your primary income source. So figure out what you're going to do to make money and get making some money, because it's going to be a long road. You also have some skills to achieve, so you'll want to make sure you have cooking level 2, handiness level 2, and painting level 2. Now the reason that I have these skills set up this way is because in order to complete the challenge, you're going to need some pretty high skill levels across multiple skills. So by sort of forcing your sim to accumulate the skill points gradually, that should lead to a lot less frustration when you're halfway through the challenge and suddenly need level 10 cooking skill. Let's go talk to Ophelia. Now she may be haunting around at any given time, but if you can't find her, you should be able to go down to the headstone and click Call Forth Ghost. Let's see if I can get myself to do that. So we're going to click on the ghost and introduce ourselves. Another quick thing that I do need to note here, Ophelia does need to maintain some level of relationship with you in order to not fade into whatever the ghosts fade into. So make sure that you introduce yourself early on and you complete all of the other activities listed, several of them have to do with her, in order to maintain that relationship so she does not fade from the lot. Looks like she's picking on me, which is great. I love being yelled at by a ghost child. Anyway, that's the gist of how to get started in this challenge. Again, I said it before, I'm going to say it a million more times. I highly recommend checking out all the links down below for the full rules, the FAQs, the maps. Ophelia actually provides memories of the spaces throughout your time here, so they're basically reference images, which you don't have to copy exactly, but several players have found them very helpful. At the end of the day, the goal is for you guys to have fun. I know myself and many of you really enjoy these ridiculously challenging challenges with all these special little rules and storylines to follow and stuff, so I hope that you enjoy this one. Thank you for checking this challenge out with me today, and I hope to be back building with you all again very, very soon. Bye!